Ale amanzo ajugo President Museveni ni okposi ana ba la série vuru de sandreko korere unkwekana endruani kondrea itrosi.
Just like you are the president of Uganda, these leaders are the presidents of their villages.
Kit machalo initie ladit maloyo lobo Uganda, lotela enigine bene giloyo kaberu mapat magi aiye.
Ba ungwele entrude ajugo a iri karega siribati e.
And the people of northern Uganda, you see here, know the gains that they are protecting, the peace and security that you have brought, and the development that you brought to
Dong luak me kumalome Uganda magugore kanyi, gingeo jame mabejo dok mapol ma inikelo pigi.
Banya ndele ndrudi ariuni ta jugo President Museveni dele Uganda ni chui kinyaditi di ariote ongo a ibaba a ilea tanampale okposi.
Your Excellency, the people that are here, the LOC1 system, the local government, LOC1, we want to thank you for approving to increase their pay from 10,000 to 100,000.
Ladit wamiti wapui pilotela megamente metedero magugore LC1 kimatieni wamiti wapui piye nigimet chente magichulu gikwede.
I also told
Anto okposi endro ajugo President Museveni ubatatira anyelisi alode asiti ninzarora onga elifu mudriga si otuda elifu mialo.
I also told the leaders of NRM from the local level to the top level that you as the chairman of the party is planning to see how we can support our leaders to be able to work for the party.
Dong enben wajuni iti robot lutela papati NRM matie kany ni chakete dero ni o malo ni ini tika neno kit mayro motielo kwede kikeroge wek noguti mabe pipati.
Ajugo President Museveni ubatatira anyi ajugo vuru village yase Paris yase sub-county yase dendrejo asiro anyevo anyebu itechwe ngoni ya e.
And I also informed them that out of the PDM, you have increased 15 million shillings per parish to cater for the leaders like them, for them to be able to monitor the government programs. And Your Excellency, I want to request you, when Parliament starts, let's make an amendment in the law to make these people ex-officials in the council for them to know what is happening with the government programs.
Dong bere en mero po tutwal ni malupe ki program me PDM unity ye ket chene maromo million para beach mabikonyo lutela matie itedero pineno ni guberu chok dog gungiyo yup pagamente. Dong bere en mero lekuni kache parliament uchagotich ingeye umiere ye wekatwere gikati ki yo mano wego lutela papati eni gin bene giberu git beri kachoke me local government etedero machalo jo mano giberu kikero menyang kit mayo pagamente tie kwede.
Endro gameti ubatatira ya John Rejo Aru City ungwele Paris Development Model 3D inzarura kanye eliside kwao na milioni mudilimbito uinza city na idrira voa speaker parliament idiri sojo ania president Nicolea tiki kea kobarura asitro anyi party ni di village ya sedesa kea kori council ni meeting gasiwa.
Your Excellency, the team you see here say they are willing to do everything. The only challenge that they have is transport.
Ladit Lutela maineno gogore eni Lutela papati NRM giti atera metimu teach duju kit ma ini miro kwede ento gina tika ngayogi ene kit me wire unyume wot me chero kama miro gutiye transport pe.
The LOC ones are happy that you gave them bicycles so many years back and they are no longer in existence. Now they are requesting for more, for new ones.
Wegi komi LC achel magitieni igiyom pilela nyugari ma ini bimini gi ente miyo chon kubale go weng.
The LOC3s are also requesting.
ba entrodia ye budi telera lowa irire atipa irire elisi aloti patia ampati voa ba elisi natisa atipa ne olerora.
The LOC3s are requesting for motorcycles.
Wegi komi mea dek pe sub-counties ki division gitika leko ne umire kongi ki pigi.
Elisi natio le piki yao.
Your Excellency, these people have agreed that when they leave here today, they are going to go back to their villages, get all people in their villages, and talk to them, tell them the gains, and give them a uniform message, which I know you're going to give them now. We need uniformity of the message.
Jo man magugore duju guti ye ni kage dok ikin pachi gebe wot ikaberu duju menene ke robot luak be papati NRM dok mio ngech matie maungit marom wege patubed mabe.
And
Ba introduare ikira zoeriki olobo ajugo President 7 tira ikongwe baruse ikaba iriritra ikolobo ajugo ridike inira asiru ijadi ikolo be NRM ni ajugo President 7 ni NRM ni bendera kokari ni yoteru sitro.
And for them, they are all ready to go and tell all their people in their villages to go and vote. They will not only tell their wives and their children, they will tell everybody. Who are those who are saying we are going to tell everybody to go and vote? Put up your hand.
Yes. NRM.
Badi area iendrupo dura te eovwa iba familia iririzire auko kikakiba iri karega village ya Parisia sub-county ya Ritroyote tajoa ini jijo ijabejo NRM nira.
Your Excellency, we know you have come for blessing from Gulu to get 90%.
Ladit wangeo ni ini bino kano gum ki Gulu meneni ino kama nok percent piarabongwe.
And you know what Gulu means?
Ini ngeo mabe tian lok ni Gulu ni.
Ajugo ya endro gulura kika ya esu diritalo percentage sira.
And the people of Gulu have given you the blessing.
Dong luak me Gulu ti gumi enoni gumi ni la.
Endro gulure okwe tutu ajugo President 7 nira.
With the humility, Your Excellency, allow me to invite you to come and talk to your visitors.
Wado chingwa kawajolo ladit.
NRM oye! President Museveni oye!
Kopango Luakme Acholi Ebinyera I think I'll become Vice Chairperson NRM female.
La lopko wonkom papate NRM mamego.
Gaga NRM mudri yawo okonziri sere
Vice Chairperson Northern Uganda NRM.
La lopko wonkom piku malume Uganda.
Gaga NRM mudri ewa Mario Ruyo.
Wabino kan menwoyo botu lok magberu kateto ne kar magberu ka wot ite parish achel. Amerire meeting.
Before they went, I wrote a booklet which is here.
Mapaya ge chako wot mechiero kamiyo pony I parish achel ene choyo book matie bore kenyo.
Meeting de otsarire koro President osi bugura anite dele nai.
And all of you should get a copy when they are here, or they send it. And all of you should get a copy when they are here, or they send it if they don't have it.
Dong won duju miero kache peti ki buke enoni omiere ne. Dong won duju miero kache peti ki buke enoni omiere neni ino kopi ne achel.
Zonye subuku de koro endrunye de akole anyisa nye subuku de tro.
In the booklet, I point out the 7 contributions NRM has made to Uganda in the last 40 years.
Ibuki enoni enetero
Uganda in the last 40 years.
Ibuki enoni enetero kamaleng jami abero mapigitego mapati NRM utimo pilobo Uganda.
Buku de anyesua tangbingbi tu deri NRM ori community de ta idele tue Uganda ari.
In the booklet, I use the word brick.
I buke eno ni ene tiyo ki lep meneno ni tiyo ki lep ni lanya.
Buku dea nyesua ojo lejo ekwide oviro abuti bikariani.
In the Bantu dialect, there's also a word called Muganda. In the Bantu dialect.
Ilep pa jo mati loga, ilep pa luloki, giluo buke ene tie nying ma giluo kwere kita eno wajoni.
Muganda is
a Bantu. Okay.
Muganda is a bunch of poles to build a house.
Nying ma eno wajo eno ni tien loke ni gonye ni kwore mano gitiyu kwere me yupu odi.
Lejo ekwinai tapatrale karia lugari bati.
That's why you hear Buganda. Buganda is from that idea of a bunch of things.
Eno ni gonye ni jami mano gibamo kachil.
Bantu tisi ungwele Muganda na ekwina tapatrale ti karia lugari.
Uganda is because some clans formed a bunch. That's how it became. That's what Uganda means.
Pien gonye ki kunu ni tie kake mukene mago bieno go jonge kachel go repe en nyingo akiye.
Na viru suru bing biri batia tere muka karia lugari aniri.
But in the modern language, the grandchildren may not understand Muganda, so I was using tafari bricks.
Dong petien loke kare lutino matino pege niang lep matut uwego gigonyo machiek ni mero bero chalo matafale magitoro kachel.
Na ile jo ekwi oko dire aniri.
So I was saying, how many matafari has NRM put on the Uganda house for the last 40 years?
Donka ene penyo matafale adi pati NRM ochano megeto ot machalo Uganda ni pimoke maokaro.
Ekwina NRM ba mutufali dia isi Uganda idrai.
That's why I said I have detected 7 of them.
En gino wego ene wajo ni itero pejemi abero mapigiteguni.
Lady majozoaru o itu deri.
They are all here, but today I will talk about only 5 because of time.
Jamini eno tie ibuk ma eno tero ni entotin ibi logo pejemi mara mabit keken.
Buku ribatia singitu deri de sura kienro matajo touridi.
The first one is Kuch, peace.
Me achel ene lok me kuch.
Atire ebwe. Atire ebwe.
Lok me wibie mano pogo lok me kaka.
Uganda esu dringbo de la seori olore suruse voa dini sisatro.
That politics is false politics.
Lakit lok me wibie enoni meno lok me wibie marach.
Lase na ilase mbiri voa unze.
The Uganda, there's a word chikwangara, something which is fake. I don't know how they call it in Luo.
Uganda tie Uganda tie leb magawechi kwangwala tien loke ni jambe mapetia da beru chalo gen magi terra.
Lejo ekuya ni tunai anyeto bari maditi si yoke unzi oma pelere kore mbia malai.
Sectarian politics is fake politics because it does not address the needs of the people.
Pimeno lok me wibie mabero apoga mekaka meno lok me wibie marach.
Lase ranzuzo suru sinai unzi amala lejo bari anyeto Uganda ari oyati droreasi niko.
I am a Munyankore. I want prosperity for my family and for my area.
Entie danoma aki
ankole go ke kole aki detate suru anirin ni aduteko.
And when I see is to produce milk,
yo ma en romo weko lonyo nyodano beru mabe ene menene en e weko chako beru tie labolo beru tie ki jami ma en romo chero icharo
jo adita jo mali esukadri oviro e woliele na rega badi kata jo boko sakadri lady ongoleidi karinyai kamali edingo ni anidri.
the problem I have is that the Banyankwere don't buy my milk, they don't buy my beef, they don't buy my bananas, because they also have the same. I have the same, they have the same.
pero matie en ni kama en ipurie jami chao labolo rinyotie chaktie jo makune ankole pege welo pian gen bene gitie ki jama chelo
O vitru anirileia atilei kwekare anirinza vua boko sa aniriamvua rinza ongo nyesua ankole drisa boko a leia aequina tadikoa idria a.
The people who buy my milk, who buy my beef, who buy my bananas are people of Kampala and other parts of Uganda who don't produce what I am producing.
dong jo ma welo chak ge welo rinyo ge welo labolo ma en ikati kwere ene jo ma aki Kampala ki kaberu mukene manoje machalo meno pe bodgi
Bata anidri anitele di jeka wari kole akonga ki Kampala si amala na ribatirisa a kaki jeakpe.
Therefore, when you come to Uganda, to Rwakitura, and you found I have built a good house, it is because of, yes, my cows, but my cows would not have given me a house if Uganda had not bought them.
Owego ka ini chere pajone Rwakitura ini no ene yubu ot mabe ento ot mabe ni en gira tiki diang mamio chak ento labon lo wil mage aki Uganda no en pero mogero ate anoni
Ane ini kari ungwele Rwakatura naiga kiesu ba Uganda ariko jeta aniri na ewako ekwina koba aniko bijo sile wanikpe.
And since I am a serious wealth creator, and I have mobilized other wealth creators, we are producing a lot of milk and bananas and beef.
donc kit machalo ene tie ngat ma kero chunya de lok me nyayo lonyo ke kelo bene goro ka chel lo wore mukene gen gitika kelo la chak la bolo mapol
Disi ajota tadi deka nidrinza e woliele le rigo babuku karusanza leisa drabakos bakat titambanza kaleikwe ongoleidi karazi kasitiedzi.
And very soon we found that the internal market of Uganda was not enough.
inge manok ginero ni ginyang ni chukara kane gigen chuk mai Uganda pero mo wilo jame magikate kwere dujo
Amesu soko tadiba tidri Uganda adutere otako.
That's how East Africa came in to save us.
ene ye kit madong lobe matie East Africa uchako bino me wilo jame ni kibotgi
Lady oba dra vozibati ewo ungwele East Africa riga resa eya drabani soko inzare tadibati jejo.
If we did not have the market of South Sudan, the market of Congo, the market of Kenya, the market of Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, Somalia now, these industries would have collapsed by now.
kaono chuk unyolo wil ma ake kaberu chalo Congo i South Sudan i Kenya chero kwere wa Somalia cha kaono gipe no kono chuk enoni jame magechare kono konye dong pe
Esu soko South Sudan irikolu yo Somalia ri Rwanda ewo zibati mbingbi gari torikolu yo tediti factory tadibati dekarisa dradi ni utrara.
Because of the multiple translation, I don't want to give too many figures because it will take a lot of time, but you can get the figures.
eno wachi pienne gitika gonyo lep ariyo mapat pe mitetit wel maduong tutwal
Amoluke risidrojo anole aniko jota nguku asiro matadi ekwine riali.
But if you take, for instance, sugar,
kani konge ket labole chukari
O viru nyidu sukari ne
sugar we are now producing 700,000 tons.
kumbeti dong Uganda tika kati kichukari maromo tan 100,000
o viru triadro Uganda ka sukari de taungwele tani disindimia tuderi.
The internal market is only 300.
Ento mawile ki Uganda kan ge wilo tan alimia dekeken.
Soko tadi sukari jejo Uganda a aritete mia nadri e.
There is a surplus of 400,000 tons.
Manyuti ni no wie maudong mapege wilo ki kan romotan alimia ngwen.
Di sitani mia sure soko ne suka okpo.
And the production is increasing. When I was coming, I saw Lakang. Lakang seems to be taking off now.
Dong bene ka yopu chukare tika mete karma ena tika bino eneno chale lakang bene dong tika kate.
Dini rivo visukari tezo rikadra tuandraga oviro kari ungwele lakang dia diga risadra sukari kari tenai.
Where would Uganda sell all these products?
Dong Uganda bichato jeme eguni wenkwene.
Uganda kadra hata dia zingoa.
I quoted the examples of Ankole, but all Ugandan parts are involved.
Enemy o la bole Ankole ento ke neno but Uganda duju mapat wengiti akata ki jeme mapat.
Abateo vidro Ankole ariao kie wo Uganda diri kodro okotro.
When I was coming, I saw a lot of maize towards the Lakang. Those areas have got a lot of maize, and I want to thank the people for that big production.
Ma eno a tika bino kany uneno anyugi maduong magipuro ni ake area charo Lakange ma enemy ti po matek luak magitika puro anyugi ni eguni.
Tebe meareri mesu ba kari Lakang na riga rosa serinja ale manzoa yoko serisa kanzana si.
Maize, we are now producing 5 million tons.
Anyugi ke ken kumbe di Uganda dong tika puro tan million a beach.
Uganda kadra seri de tani joleri milioni tounai.
But we are consuming only 1 million within Uganda.
Ento mawano chamo 1 me Uganda ni wachamo tan million a chileken.
Ki Uganda adi anyaleri tete milioni alo.
There is a surplus of 4 million tons.
Manyuti dong mano pechame no dong tan million angwen kolo.
Asediri tani milioni su.
So where would all this go if we did not have the regional market?
Dong kache chuk chalo ilobe ma watene kwetge uno Germany ke charo kwene.
Disi josoko esu angweri koridra soko di kolwing koni.
That is why in the 1960s we had seen this and we had said, you people, our principle number one is patriotism. Love Uganda. We had seen all this in the 1960s when we were still students. And we said our first principle of politics is patriotism. Love Uganda.
Do weko geneno la kit tela mana nen enotere ikine ka mwagali ba cheli mi abungweni piera bichel e kare ma ono gen fulo tieno kwano weko ge wajo ni gin ma piere tek ma omior genen ene konkit me maro lobowa.
Andre tadi enare monte eli falumia ditalum diritalum biaziasidi ojo ngbelejo po atiri kole anyile nyafu nintro nyile Uganda nintro.
Why love Uganda?
Pingo mitene wa ma lobowa.
Nye Uganda nile adutasi.
Because you need it for your own prosperity.
Pien wa miro lobo Uganda wek wan dujo wadon.
Amala ile Uganda nira nyini tujo mali nyirire sujoy.
And then we said Pan-Africanism. Love Africa.
Me ario wajo ni umiru wa maru lobo padel chol lobo Africa.
Arizona ajodraro ba ingwele Africa ride kolea bakolo alo.
Why love Africa? Love Africa? Because you need it for your own prosperity.
Pingo wan mitene wa ma lobo Africa. Piene wa miro lobo Africa wek wan machalo del chol wadon wa chirumalo.
Ro Africa di anisa kolea bakolo alo asiru bakotu wa mali barire sujoy.
So therefore, when somebody comes to me and says, we as Banyankwere, I say, stand and go away.
Pimeno weko ka ene nero ngatimo ne bino wene wan nyankole ene wajo ni chatan chiatchen.
What?
Chatan chiatchen.
Satan.
Cherry chen.
Cherry.
Chet chen.
But something like that one.
Zomadizi kia kojoa ama banyankole aniko joa di sitani nyengaile.
So we despised sectarianism because it was.
Nokwero lokman me apoga me kagapian wa no ni petiyo.
Disi adio jara nzoka suru sidi irura amalani tatwe kore eunze.
That's how we were able to build a party like this one, NRM, for the whole country.
ene ye kit ma oweko wabedo ki kero me yopo party madit machalo man party NRM pi Uganda lo.
Disi NRM ni rapati bani anyetro Uganda ni ntutu tiri.
That's why we are able to build a national army.
En kit ma bene wayubo kwere ki mony pi Uganda lo.
Ledio ba asikaria muntara Uganda tiri sara.
That's how we are able to build national institutions, civil service, judiciary, police, and so on.
Ene kit ma oweko obedo otwere me yopo jangamente ma pat ki doktij ma pat.
Ledio ba gameti osi dra druzangwingbi ewo bakoti e buite kakoti ya ridiri polisi parliament so mpara okoni druzangwingbi gameti riri italedian lady say.
It is because of those institutions and the politics which is stable that we are able to create kuch.
Dong
tie
pi jang dul pagamente ma pat ki jang tij ma pat ma tie ma opie eno wego kit me kuch tie kwere kumbeti.
Lady opa gameti osi triaro okporere druzangwingbi vaseto de irane asini.
Now with kuch, then we go to Donglobo, development. With peace, we have been able to get to development.
Donc ka kuchie wego wabedo ki kero meneno ni don lobo bedo tie.
Ebwe kwidara divu ebwe vuri draba koya vozo etirere ndrereao.
That's how we have got all these tarmac roads going to Ajumani, going to Kitugum, going all over the place. Because of Ebwe.
En kid machalo do neno kwere kumbeti lam ai Kampala machero West Nile machero wa Kitgum enone wengu teme pikuch.
Lady dranyin reality pelere ridero rakati Uganda e wongwingbiriga koyandia Jumani Kitigumu karingbiriga reasini.
But then we pointed out that you people, even if there are good roads, tarmac, you don't sleep on the road at night.
Ento mirongeni karibeti guri tie mabe magili lam won po bur guri ni enoni de wo.
Te leti chuidi ani di kolubania asule lam sidi sa leti atriko.
You sleep in your home.
Ngarachela chel buri ode.
Nyodu ko nyiri joa.
Now when you go back to your home, the poverty you left in the morning will be waiting for you when you come back.
Donc kay dore padoni en chan mai ai wego gang ko diku ni kay doro tieno ichere noti kakuri.
O viru jovo wirai fo pita ko lu nyiri ata ko na kanyite na anyengwe ni aganye suache.
And when you go back, the poverty will say, Apoyo B, no, we are still here.
Makai o gang chan jola wa poyo dugu one put batikany.
Ta kokojo ama inyi ranya ngwira malemo lodri diati.
So we said, you people, I can give you a figure. 19 independence, only 9% of the homesteads were in the money economy.
Pimeno en raw bolo la bol. Ikare mao karo pasen abungwen keken palubu Uganda maono dano magitieki lime chingi.
Uganda esudringo de family a iri kakisiti deri percentage se oma tete mudulimbri talo.
91% we are working for what in law we say, teach, me each, keken.
Pasen piarabungwen
working only for the stomach.
Pasen piarabungwen achel padano no pole mergitia tiutich pe igi pe gina chama keken.
Mia ni a sedin zanzale di oriki ebu itere a ini nyale.
Piene kar eone no peko tiario.
Na inga ditiria iri.
Problem number one was people working only for the stomach.
Pero me achel no pol padano gitiu merpe igi keken gin me chama keken.
Ditiria lori baori katandre nzanzana lonya ya ani.
But even the few who are working for the stomach and also for the pocket, we are doing so without chura.
Ento manok moni maono timone mer la banban la bondi romo.
Ki ba ebuideka a ya ani trorisa kaki de atirinza ko.
That's how you get to the issue, like for instance, our people in West Nile who are producing tobacco.
Eno weko kay neno chalo dano maono ge ake West Nile lo tich gi mere puro ta.
Disi ofuidoru kweka ba engaka West Nile yarini amalori kikaki tuba usao.
First of all, if you want to get the chura, the otita correct, you must say, what is the average land holding per family?
Kai mero niang diro ne mabeo miro ke penye ni dog ora chiel mono tie ki ngom maromeni.
Disi ebuideka amvu arini oluzo tui amido fukweka familia lo aludri amvu voa irira saizi ningoti.
If you go to the Rugubara area, when I went there, that time the average land holding was 2 acres per homestead.
Kai chero chalo side yu ilogwara kuja dog ora chiel no giti ngom eka rio keken.
Zoia West Nile yani nyesua familia lo aludrile akwasi vo hota eka sunira.
Now, that means 1 acre is for food for the family, and you have got only 1 acre to work for the pocket.
Ten loke ne nodong eka chiel me pur gina chama eka chiel mudong ene nodong miro ki pu ki gin makelo chente.
Lady Koba nyesua amvue ka lori nyesoa lo nyadru nyale aga dra lori kolo no se azileni.
Now, when I checked tobacco that time, I think they were earning like 800,000 per year.
Kai nero enta enoni nen chalo no gino kena ka chiling ali mia boro keken pe mwaka chiel achiel.
Sana sibatu bausakadi kaki esua 1,100 ro kinyandide ya ito basi.
Cotton now, I checked with Moses Ali when I was in Ajman recently. They said you earn 1 million for 1 acre per year.
Kai nero chalo pama chochoke kar me penyo la dit Moses Ali ino ni eka chiel ino million achiel keken.
Dra anya suudia dro ajumani zeno Moses Ali rifa mwani su akwasi nyesua kinyalo dia milioni alowa.
So, if you have got only 1 acre, how will you get out of poverty with 1 million or 800,000?
Dong kai tie ki eka chiel keken. Ichako nining ki lonyo mano no million achiel keken ki yeni.
Disi gbata ko anyenga ingoni zo nyesua 1,100 ro kusa milioni alodia kinyandia.
But we need cotton.
Ento pama benemite.
Ki worole rusakara.
We also need tobacco for those who want to kill themselves with cancer.
Ta benemite pijo mamiro mere dene keken ki nongo tuo cancer.
Tu basole rurama la bazitile ka ikodia iria ya ngasi la zaungwele cancer siri.
If they want smoke, what can we do? We grow it for them.
Kai miro ni gipu mere ta me amar ene puro pigi.
Bazitile ka ikoseari ni se tiara.
But in order to grow pamba, you should have maybe 100 acres where you would get one, that will be 100 million. So you can get money from pamba, but you do it on a medium scale.
Manyuti wege nong chene chalo million mia chiel ipama no mire pu eka mia chiel kolo.
Nyini siti esu zo tato milioni 100 lo akole afunyiri sa kolo akwa saizi nanza eka ire 100 lo dianiri.
If you have got 1,000 acres, you will get a billion from cotton.
Manyuti kai tieke eka aliba chiel iromo nongo billion achiel ki puro pama.
Zonyiri eka ota 100 lora nyisi tiesu anisa nzara lakai.
So, pamba can be medicine, but for the one with medium size, with big land.
Pimeno pama romo konyo me chopo pero ento no pore ki jo matie ki ngom madit.
Disi siti esu zonza wa kolea ebu vo tiritongo saizi nzare.
Therefore, in the manifesto of 1996, I had been doing this from the 1960s. I advised the NRM and they put it in the manifesto that please, you people with 4 acres and less, put 1 acre under coffee, 1 acre under fruits, 1 acre under pasture for cows, for milk, 1 acre for food.
Pimeno wego kai ne ne chake kar me ye me mwaga aliba cheli mia bungwen ke piara bungwen wi abichel ene bero ka wacho ne pe un jo mauti ki ngom eka ngweno dok piny uneni eka chel ke kuma ngwene upuro kofi nyomwanyi eka chel upu nyigien eka chel romo petro cham pale wek chalo padiang wek diang ukel chak ke eka chel konyo me petro jama chama.
Erijo mudirita olimbiazi asimi do fudi ke ka jovu sura kole ka sudi nye buingoni ya oviro taungwele kawani diao erijo naiga nyisa oviro aise tini nyale amalatile itrodidi.
Near the wetlands, you do fish farming.
Medikum enoni inge ot in romo keto jame chalo petro gweni gwako pego gi eno nyukai choke kama PPT kare ka gwako rech.
Voa nya jogu nyetiri trosa nya utambawa kusa ngurue dibatita na karomba joguwa ongo karinyiri jo eire bitambaka de sakaridewa.
With these, you'll be very rich. You will have food for the stomach, but also have a lot of money.
Kai tiyu kidiro enoni biberu be pien olotono jama chamatie kidong chenne bene notie ma beri jebani.
Jonyi tele diane rekolu tui lonya kolu nyini nyalenza voa azile siti eti jonya te basa kolu
Now, some people have listened to our message from that time.
Dong ne chake kare enoni tie jo mago winyo dok go mago lok magberu katieto nene.
Bazi tieri ofu amakele dira erijo mudirita olimbiazi asi.
Let's see somebody from Karamoja.
Pimeno konge nen ngarachel ke Karamoja.
On retri madizi aluenga di Karamoja ari lete dutro.
In Abim district. My village here is called Arangetoy West. Arangetoy Parish, Abuk Town Council, Abim district in Karamoja. The mango trees you are seeing here were given to me by the president through Operation Wealth Creation. I received 200 mango seedlings, and I planted all, and they're all doing well. Apart from this venture, I got money from PDM last year. I got 880,000. And I used 800,000 for buying 10 goats. And the goats are there. They have multiplied. They are now 16. Part of the money of PDM I used for buying cassava stems. Through that money, I've managed to plant 2 acres of cassava. They are now doing well. The first acre, I intend to harvest next year in January. Then for the mangoes, you are seeing, I started harvesting last year in 2023. The first harvest, I got 6 million. That was in June. Then second harvest in November, I got another 6 million. So last year, from these mangoes, I got 12 million shillings. I've been selling to the people around. Actually, Soroti Fruit Factory has booked this mango. They want me to take these mangoes tomorrow, 2025, to the factory. Actually, I've been selling locally. I've been selling 1 at 500 shillings, 2 1,000. And people are buying. These mangoes are very good. The mangoes, trees you are seeing here, are giving me money, a lot of money. And I want to thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Kaguta Museveni, for coming up with the idea of Operation Wealth Creation in the country. This is money. I am not going to suffer. My children will not suffer because of this wealth. I call it wealth now. I always harvest, I don't harvest mango, I harvest money. not mangoes. So I want to thank our president so much. And next year, if all goes well, I expect to get 18 million first harvest. And then second harvest, I also expect to get 18 million next year, 2025. So altogether, I expect to get 36 million shillings. And this money, I will use...
That is the testimony of this man from Karamoja. That is the testimony of this man from Karamoja.
But ngato beru kaloki en ake Karamoja.
Lady lete madi tadi tedi ewo Karamoja trike siri.
Very far from tarmac roads.
Tie mereka mabo mabene pechoke lam.
Lolu voaleti sole lam siri gasai.
So Dongol over there is not like here.
Pemeno kuno dans le wone parke kir makanye.
Kare leri diare aniko.
But Lonyo is there.
Ento lonyo ti kuno.
Ke mali sana a.
So let's see, let me see Biamkama, the one who has done not only one, because this one has done 1 acre and then goats and so on.
Imero nyoto ngato kene ma otimo mapat pien ngat ma wanerne utimo eka chiel.
My name is Fred Biamkama. I'm a member of Parliament of Buganges West Constituency, Kakumiro District. We are now at our 4-acre demonstration farm. The land we have here is approximately 4 acres. This is a farm we started 2 years back here, 2.5 years back. And on this farm, we have half acre of pineapple, has 6 cows for 0 grazing. We have poultry, about 25,000 birds, but only 11,000 are giving us eggs. And we have 1 acre of grass. We have piggery, those are very many. And 1 acre of coffee mixed with banana. Where we are, this is the 4-acre model farm. I did this activity to teach my voters, to lead by example, so that my voters can learn what media the president tells the public. This is an initiative I learned from the president sometime back when he sent me to learn to Kaumu, to Kisozi. I copied what I copied, this is what I came up with. And you will see as we move, or that side, this side, that's my 4-acre model farm. The house as well. I don't sleep here, but if I would sleep here, the house as well is seated on this 4-acre model farm. When you look at poultry, out of the 25,000 birds, it's only 11,000 giving me eggs. Others are soon giving me, and I get 302 trays per day minimally, because 11,000 birds are supposed to give me 366 trays. But because of the feeding method of deep litter, I don't get all the eggs. I get 302 trays per day minimally. Then I save in a month, you can get a net profit of 55 million. Because you get 108 million, but you can't get all that. You have to buy feeds, pay workers, pay electricity. Remain with 55 million net.
We don't have time to listen to the whole chura of Yamkama because of time, but you have seen what he has done there.
Chawa tima nok enta tamu wonu neno ngo maladit Biamkama tika timone.
So tabani ko taledi indrezon diro ke indreta egoru ngwele Biamkama ne aidele naira.
But we have seen that out of the 7 activities we were recommending in 1996, he has done about 6 or something like that.
Pimeno wonu tika nene kin jama ber magen giberu katieto pire imwaga alibacheli mia bungwen kipiera bungwen wi abichel ikine entika timo gena chele enone.
Tebe yokariani erijoel falumi aditsalo mbiaziasi tatu deri yoledi ya nyandele anidele realuledi.
He has done coffee, bananas, fruits, cows for milk, piggery, which he doesn't sell, he gives free to the constituency, and poultry for eggs.
Tika puro nyigi yana achama tika guako tika puro la bolo tika gwako beno pego ma opego ne eoni en miyo mere poka botlo bol kwine kidong tika timo bene gweno
te gori de telele di intretele di ara amvuzire ya muka wa bogotro voa upeguta sakompa ongo ti salaka a ngurue di tana tambalena te anyandelera le diti.
But if you take only the chura of eggs and poultry, he gets 100, he said 302 trays per day. He gets 108 million shillings from the eggs in a month. When you deduct costs, he remains with 55 million a month. That is about 700 million a year from eggs alone.
Wego ka ineno chalo lok me gweno ke ken gweno ki tong gweno ma entie ka timoneni anieno kinino noti ka choko tong gweno tray 100 ki aboro ma kao charo bino million 100 ki piera bichel ki wiye kao kwanyo achara ma pat to duju don ki million makaro piera bich tien lokene mwaka ki mwaka noti ka nongo chene mapol.
Uga.
This is, so you can see how much he has benefited from just doing some of the 7 activities.
Pimeno ka ineno chi niang magoba ma ente ka nongone ke timo gina chel keken ke kum jama bero magen gibero ka ponyo perani.
Indrera dre suta ingoni ya tate tu deri ma jole di ya te ani teleri ya loki suta ingoti ani indrera.
The 700 million profit from eggs does not include what he earns from coffee, from milk, from fruits, and the pigs he just gives free. So you can estimate the total value. It's very, very big.
Pimeno magoba man ma enno ki kum tongweno keken million chochok maroma 100 meno be no pia kerie jeme chalo gwako pego kono pieto mwanyigi kono pur la bologi no pe kerie meno put lok me tongweno keken pur la bologi no pe kerie meno put lok me tongweno keken
ka million esumia tu deri de ya uga dute itadri guru.
And this I can show you from my farm, experimental farm in Lango.
En mero ni kero machao la nyot matie lao
de Mariam fu alango kadia.
My name is Dr. Maurice Uchen. I am a commissioner by appointment, deployed at State House, signed by the President to execute the 4-acre model. And I've put them so far in more money through intensive farming. And here we are talking about enterprises that have good yields and high income for the household. So we have the fish farming, which is one of the enterprises that can be done near the water without interfering with wetland and tampering with water flow. Then we have the zero grazing unit. On the other side, we have the coffee, we have the banana, and also a household needs food crops as 1 acre plus fruits, 1 acre plus fruits. So this idea of the 4-acre model, this idea of the 4-acre model is to support
The testimony of my people in Lida, where I have one of the experimental farms.
meno chaden matia a kilira kama ene yobo farm matie machao la nyot
Lady lete Mari amvuga lirari e.
They have done some of the 7 activities: the coffee, the bananas, the fruits, the cows for milk, but they have added fish farming.
gen gutimo jami mapat maroma bero mai kine chalo puro en mwanyi la bolo jami chalo en gumero kin jami abero ne gumero gen mukene ma pat gumero gwakorech
Te tangwimbi la lera na iga viro amvudri na tiko vudrira kwe kwisa ingoni na tiko vudrira diara anyandeleri bita mpakani inzalaka.
And you can hear, of course, they remain with 70 million shillings net.
ma kai neno chale gwakorech magiti atimone nucho eka keken gino chene maromo million 100 kage kwanyo achara mapat dong magoba magino chochok million piera bero
Biri de iga indre zoni saizi ebide ya tarembazo di tete nusu ekari kikesua milioni mialo zotaidu bule buna itezo ribati pesa kase milioni mutitu teritia ruiko tara.
So when you put 2 in an acre, you can get 140 million shillings net from fish farming alone.
Manyutni ka ekero I eka chel pi kagwako reja rio tian lokne mwaka chel bino million 100 ki pier ngwen mano kom magoba madodong.
Desi esuzo madile di ke bile di atamba otae kandira ere ekwina kesua milioni mialo mutisunera.
And we can have these fish ponds in many places, like in the Nile Valley, where the land is a bit flat, like in some areas near the swamps, not in the center of the swamp, but on the periphery of the swamp.
Kir me gwako reche ene romo timone kaberu mapol, chalo e kaberu mogo, mano choke dago pe timi di dago kikume, ente timi ngere kamano rej gwake ye mabe.
Ebidi atampaka diani di kari de kari, abu rega wa vo ameriti esiriga sawa hererele ko ke ako ru esiriga sinye ebile di atanembawa.
There used to be a fish farmer on Atiak Road after KO. There used to be a fish farmer there whom I visited many years ago.
Onotie kapuro rech mone maka elubo yu atiak no echero yu KO. Ikar machon eneli mukuno.
Madizi ori ebita mbare kari ungwele keyo di gadi azonyi ya atia kiesi nyesu ana a.
So, this is how we advised how to get wealth on the small scale.
Pimeno ene yo magemini kwede tam meneno ni ini no oloto lonyo karipe yo madit ento no etika no lonyo.
And what we are going to push in the new government if you support us.
Dong eno benatie kien jammi mawano bekeri ye chwinywa igamente manyen kawuno miyo chwak.
Ledi leti ramakele ovimali esuzo leti gagasiri iki jongo anyetro oba enare muni komwidri na ifu gameti andrakadi igasadi futalwa ledi yani ritereri.
The government will use its equipment to make the fish pond